Welcome to the Empowered Podcast with Deanna Merlino, an all-encompassing personal development show where I will be sharing with you just how to transform yourself into the best version of you, both inside and out. From wellness, entrepreneurship, spirituality, and manifestation, I'll be showing you exactly how to live your best life. I will be keeping it as real and raw as it gets. So get ready to peel back the layers and really transform yourself under the surface. Because nothing is better than finding your purpose and living this life as your true, authentic self. You've been hearing me talk about my new spiritual life coaching program. So by now, you know if you are ready to jump into something like this, but now it's time to make it happen. I'm running a special deal, and if you want to hear more, then it's time for you to reach out to me. You can check me out on my page, The Empowered Coach 333, and DM me for more information to get you ready to step into your higher self and your next level today. I mentioned it last week, and I want to bring it up again because this course is going to be so game-changing for you. This 7 days of tapping to wealth. It's, again, so simple, so fast. It's 7 days. It takes about 10 minutes a day. All you do is tap all over your body where I tell you to, and we're going to fully rewire your limiting beliefs and your old money paradigms as we shift into the new and rewire so that you know and fully believe and your body believes that you are worthy of all the money in the world that you desire, that you are worthy of all the freedom and the success in the world that you desire. It is your time to claim it now. And I want to help you through the super simple, very affordable course to rewire your brain and your body to make it happen as we step into 2023. So stay posted. I cannot wait for it to drop. It is going to change the game. Welcome back, my Empowered fam. We have had a very jam-packed last few weeks. The last episode that I had with Hallie, I have been getting blown up with messages about how amazing it was, which I knew it was that amazing. So I'm so glad that you all felt that way. And if you have not listened to that episode, you have to go back and listen because it's the bridge between last month and this month. So going back even further, if you guys haven't listened to last month's episodes, you're going to want to. It was all about manifesting and kind of like the core of it all. And even though we've switched into money this month, they're totally related. So there are going to be some topics that I'm going to be talking about over the next couple of episodes that are probably going to be overlapping. And that's okay, because I've said it before, you need to hear the same thing over and over and over again for it to finally stick and for it to really click for you. And these are totally married topics. So they go hand in hand. So with that being said, I do want to start off by saying that I'm going to be launching a course. My goal is going to be for the new year. I am on track with that. I'm juggling multiple projects right now, but I want to make sure I get that done for you. And it's really based on some of the things that we've been talking about. So I want to do a tapping to wealth course. And I've mentioned it in a previous episode, what tapping is. So EFT, the energetic freedom technique. And when you tap on certain parts of your body, you're going to be rewiring your nervous system. And that completely plays into your relationship with money and your beliefs with money. And so I always try when I'm talking about money and manifesting to look at it from every angle as well as the foundation, because you can't build on a shitty foundation, quite frankly. So that's where I'm at. And in this Tapping for Wealth course, we're going to be really rewiring all of your limited beliefs that you have had from growing up. As we know, the things that we were exposed to up until between age 6 to 8, those are your beliefs of the world, nothing else. That's it. So everything that you were taught from those ages on, you have carried through life with you. And if you believe things like money is the root of all evil, maybe you grew up really heavy in the church and you've heard something along the lines of, you need to live among your means and that's it. Like it's not godly to have money. Maybe, money doesn't grow on trees. There's so many different limiting beliefs that we're going to tap on. But even if you don't consciously realize that these are hurting you,
they are literally forming your entire beliefs around money and how you carry yourself and how you put yourself out there in order to make more money. If you don't think that you can or should have more money, your subconscious will always find a way to sabotage you. So stay tuned on that course. I cannot wait to bring it for you guys. It's going to be very affordable. I am so passionate about rewiring beliefs. As you guys know, that's pretty much the basis of this entire podcast. Diving into money. We all love money. So we're going to talk about the energetics of money, the base level of money. We kind of tapped on that in the last episode as well. But essentially, money, as in every other thing that is in our existence, is energy. That's it. Everything is energy. We are the ones that put value or meaning to everything. So again, if you have a poor view on money or think that you can't have it, that's the truth. If you think that you can have limitless amounts of money and you are going to, that's also the truth. So there is the law of attraction, which by now we should all know is essentially like attracts like. And there is the law of vibration, which goes back to frequency, like we were just talking about. Every single item has its own frequency. So with that being said, there's a couple things that you need to do when you're trying to create more, attract more, manifest more money. There's 3 big topics that we're going to touch on in this series, and I'm going to probably only touch on 2 in this one, so you're going to have to stay tuned for the third. But the first is identifying the vibration of money. So how do you do that? What is the vibration of money? When you really think about that, it's probably hard to do. What do we know money vibrates as? We really don't. That's because it's not really the money that we're after. You can't be the vibration of money, but you can be the vibration of the meaning or the value to money that you place on it. So to understand that a little further, we're not actually chasing money. We don't actually want more money. We want what money gives us. So the freedom, the financial freedom. And what does financial freedom bring you? It brings you peace. It brings you not having to worry about that. So really, you're looking at the vibration of peace that money brings. Or you want money because it brings you the ability to travel, like me. That's what I want. So therefore, that brings me joy. I'm not technically looking for money. Money is just the tool that gets me to that emotion or that further emotion of joy. I want to feel joy. And how do you get to achieve these emotions? By doing them. You have to become these emotions over and over and over again in order for you to attract that emotion and make that your baseline. Make that the place that you are at most often. Of course, it's humanly impossible to be at a high vibration all the time because we are living in a human existence. Things are going to come up. But the most important thing is that you are able to shift back to that higher vibration anytime something comes along the way and throws you off track and lowers your vibration. So honor it, feel it. That's the way that you aren't going to store these things into you, and then get back to being on track. I want you all to pause this podcast right now. If you're driving, obviously don't do it, but come back to this later. This is going to be a really great practice as we're stepping into the new year, especially really focusing on your money goals for the new year, what you want for next year. So pause this and write down, what is it that I want for money? Actually, I have some questions that you can actually use as you're trying to figure this out. So these are some questions that you can ask to journal on. How will I feel when I receive more money? What is that emotion that you're trying to get? What is that thing that you're trying to experience? What is that you want money to give you? Journal on that. What kind of emotions do I feel when I think about financial abundance? This is really important because if you have yucky feelings, then you really need to dig into that more. Where did that come from? Rerouting back to what I just said. I can help you with that tapping program that I'm going to launch. It's going to be real quick and easy. It's a 7-day program. You'll do one a day. It takes 10 minutes a day. So if you are thinking, do you get stressed when you think about money? Do you get anxious when you think about money because you're used to bills or unexpected things popping up? Is that your reality? Is that where you're used to? We want to rewire that. We want to reprogram that. So when you think of money, you get excited. You know that it's coming to you always. You know that there's more where that came from. You know that it flows to you effortlessly. If you're not there, and it's okay if you're not, let me help you. So really just take some time to focus on those 2 journal prompts. Carve out some time to quiet your mind, be in silence, not be distracted. Really feel into it and let yourself feel these things. And then moving on to the second one then is embodying the emotion of having the money. Really embodying that emotion that you're trying to feel, that joy, that freedom, that the sense of adventure, that excitement, that gratitude. Feel into these high emotion things. These are really what is going to finalize and make these your reality. So I want to go back to something that I touched on a long time ago, but it all ties together. Again, your limiting beliefs create the way your brain thinks about money, not consciously. It's really easy, or much easier, I should say, to change the way you consciously think of money, to change the way you think of money. However, that's only, I think it's like 5% of your brain capacity is your conscious. So the other 95% is what's running you at all times, whether you realize it or not. You need to be able to rewire that subconscious. And by doing that, you have the ability to do that because of something called neuroplasticity, which I've talked about before. Neuroplasticity is changing the neural pathways in your brain, which is done by visualizing, beliefs, and repetitive behaviors. It has to be done over and over again because the grooves in our brain have currently been created to be negative or doubtful or fearful or however you feel. You can change them, which is the beauty. That's fantastic. You don't have to be stuck in that way, but it takes work to do the visualizing and the beliefs and the repetitive behavior. So I am always taking courses to expand my knowledge, to be a better coach. And one that I'm taking right now, I'm already a manifesting coach, but I was taking a different course. And it was really explained so well to me because I've heard this, but this really breaks it down. So think right now of a scary movie, a super scary movie that scares the living crap out of you. I'm sure we all have one that you can think of. And if you really get yourself in the moment, or even if you can't think of one, you know that this happens. You're in the moment. You're super scared. Your palms are sweating. Your heart's racing. You might be covering your eyes because you want to see what you don't want to see. You're anxious. Consciously, that it's not real. You know that they're actors and it was filmed. Everyone's safe. It's fine. Your conscious knows that. It's fun, right? Everything is programming. And here's the thing, your subconscious does not know that it's not real. Anything that we are taking in, you may consciously in your awareness know they're not real. Same with like even news program. Why I'm so against watching the news. Your subconscious does not know. Let me make this very clear. Your subconscious, which runs 95% of your functioning as a human being, does not know the difference between real or fake. So when you're watching something scary, you're having a physical reaction because it's trying to prepare you with the necessary hormones and emotions for flight or fight, for survival. So that's wreaking havoc on your body, by the way. This is why it's so important what you watch and take in. But point being, we can use this to our benefit. Our subconscious doesn't know what's real, whether it's good or bad. So this is where the affirmations in the I am successful, I am a millionaire, all of these things, they come together. It's a package. You have to use it as a package. One tool is not going to fully reprogram you. But when you use visualizing, which we went over last month, there's a practice for that. If you haven't watched it, go back and do it. When you visualize something and really submerge yourself into the emotions through all of your senses, that is programming your brain for this is happening. When you look at your beliefs and continue to feed yourself with positive beliefs over and over and over again, your subconscious starts to, because of neuroplasticity, rewire itself and say, this is really happening. And through repetitive behavior, over and over and over and over and over again, creating these new habits, you can override those old limiting beliefs, those old negative patterns. So you want to tie these things all together in order to make money. It may seem like this is a very in-depth. People think that money is hard to make. It's not hard to make money. You can make money. I can make money while I'm sleeping. I do. It's hard to become the person who can accept money. That's where the work comes in. All of this self-work is where this money comes in. So I'm going to wrap up this episode and not get too long by these things. Focus on these things. This is a great start. And next week, we're going to talk about the ways to be open and creative to make more money. So we're going to kind of dig into some ideas on how you can make more money. I'm going to try and make them all inclusive for everybody. And we'll get down to more of the action part now that we've talked about the basis and the energy of money and how to rewire your brain. So love you all. Do these writing journal prompts that I just gave you and really get yourself set up for the new year. And next week, let's look at how we can make more money, because that's what everyone's excited about. So I'll see you next week. I love you so much. Have the best day, the best week. Talk to you next Monday.
Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. If you want to find out more, you can follow me on Instagram at Empowered with Deanna and my personal page, Fit Deanna Lolita. You can also visit me on my website, which is deannamerlinofit.com. Make sure that whatever platform you guys are listening on, please rate and subscribe. And this means so much to me. It's going to help get me out there to help so many other people. I'm so grateful that you're here with me on this journey of wellness and self-empowerment. I cannot promise that it will always be easy, but I do know that it will always be worth it. Stick with me, and together, let's start living as the version of us that we were meant to be. Because the world is waiting for your gifts, and you deserve to live the life of your wildest dreams and beyond. So friends, let's get empowered.